Today I want to talk to you about how to control your mind using the wisdom of the Stoics. In our modern lives, we often feel the pressure of various stresses and challenges that can throw us off balance and lead to a loss of inner harmony. However, the Stoics taught us how to maintain calmness and confidence in any circumstances. Let's explore 7 key principles that will help us control our minds and achieve success in life. Tips 1. Accepting the situation as it is. The first and arguably the most important principle of Stoicism is accepting the situation as it is. Stress and anxiety often arise from our unwillingness to accept the current reality. We strive to change what is beyond our control and expend a lot of energy on futile resistance. Stoics teach us to see the world without resistance and to accept it as it is. This enables us to maintain inner harmony and tranquility, even in the most challenging situations. Many of us spend a lot of time and energy trying to change the external world according to our desires and expectations. However, we often encounter situations that are beyond our control and realize that our resistance brings nothing but worry and stress. Stoics teach us to accept reality as it is, freeing ourselves from futile resistance. Accepting the situation does not mean passivity or indifference. It means realizing that we cannot change everything around us and focusing on what is within our power, our thoughts, reactions, and actions. Accepting the situation allows us to rid ourselves of unnecessary stress and anxiety, making our lives more peaceful and mindful. To apply this principle in everyday life, it is important to learn to distinguish between what is within our control and what is beyond our control. Try consciously letting go of situations or events that you cannot change and focus on what you can control: your thoughts, reactions, and actions. For example, if you encounter traffic that makes you late for an important meeting, instead of getting annoyed and stressed about it, you can accept the situation and focus on what you can do in this situation. Notify about your lateness and try to find an alternative route to minimize the delay. Accepting the situation as it is the foundation of Stoic wisdom. This principle allows us to maintain inner harmony and tranquility, even in the most difficult moments. By learning to accept reality and focusing on what is within our power, we can find inner peace and become wiser and more balanced individuals. Tips 2. Practice of internal observation. The second important aspect of mind control is the ability to observe our thoughts and emotions. Often we become victims of our own beliefs and reactions without realizing their sources. The practice of internal observation helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, enabling us to better understand ourselves and control our reactions to external events. The practice of internal observation begins with the realization that thoughts and emotions arise in our minds without our control. Often we react to external events automatically, without paying attention to what thoughts and emotions arise in us in response to these events. However, by becoming observers of our thoughts and emotions, we can begin to understand what makes us feel and act as we do. The practice of internal observation includes meditation, contemplation, and self-observation. During these practices, we pay attention to what is happening within us, without judgment or a desire to change anything. We simply observe our thoughts and emotions as they are, allowing them to pass through our minds without clinging to them or accepting them as truth. To apply this principle in everyday life, it is important to learn to pause before reacting to external events. Instead of automatically reacting to what is happening, try taking a step back and observing your thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself questions: what am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? What thoughts arise in my mind? The practice of internal observation also includes keeping a journal where you can record your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. This will help you gain a clearer understanding of which situations or events trigger specific reactions in you, and how you can learn to better manage them. The practice of internal observation is an important tool for mind control. It helps us become more aware of ourselves and our reactions to the world around us. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can better understand ourselves and learn to react to events more wisely and consciously. Tips 3. Managing emotions through reason. The third principle of Stoicism is managing our emotions through reason. We may not always control external events, but we always control our reactions to them. Stoics taught us to use our rationality and common sense to make thoughtful decisions and control our emotions, even in the most stressful situations. Managing emotions through reason involves being mindful of our feelings and the ability to react to them consciously, rather than impulsively or under the influence of external circumstances. This means that we should not succumb to our emotions and let them dictate our actions. Instead, we should use our reason to make decisions. One key aspect of managing emotions is distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. Stoics taught that we cannot control external events or the actions of other people, but we always control our own thoughts, reactions, and choices. Therefore, it is important to focus on what is within our power, rather than expending energy on what lies beyond our control. To apply this principle in everyday life, it is important to learn to separate our emotions from our reactions to them. Instead of allowing emotions to dictate our actions, we can use our reason to respond to them rationally and consciously. For example, if we feel anger or irritation, instead of reacting aggressively or negatively, we can try to understand their causes and find ways to resolve the issue calmly and rationally. It is also important to develop skills in self-regulation and emotional intelligence to be able to manage our emotions in any situation. This may involve practicing meditation, deep breathing, or other relaxation methods that help balance our emotions and maintain calmness in stressful situations. Managing emotions through reason is a key aspect of Stoicism that helps us maintain calmness and rationality in any situation. By being aware of our emotions and reacting to them thoughtfully and consciously, we can make informed decisions and maintain inner harmony, even in the face of the most challenging circumstances. Tips 4. Focus on what's beyond our control. The fourth principle of Stoicism reminds us of the importance of focusing on what's beyond our control. We often spend too much time and energy trying to change the external world or influence other people. However, in most cases, this leads to disappointment and frustration because we cannot fully control external circumstances or the actions of others. Focusing on what's beyond our control involves recognizing the difference between what we can change and what we cannot. Stoics taught us that we cannot control external events or the actions of other people, but we always control our own thoughts, behavior, and reactions to these events. To apply this principle in everyday life, it is important to learn to let go of what lies beyond our control and focus on what we can change. This means redirecting our energy and attention to our own actions and reactions rather than external circumstances or the actions of other people. For example, instead of spending time and energy complaining about how some things are beyond our control, we can focus on how we react to these events and what we can do to improve the situation. We can work on developing our stress management skills and adapting to changing circumstances to be more effective and calm in any situation. Focusing on what's beyond our control helps us release unnecessary stress and worry, allowing us to focus on what we can change. This enables us to maintain inner harmony and tranquility, even in the face of unforeseen challenges and difficulties that we may encounter in everyday life. Tips 5. Making decisions based on values. The fifth principle of Stoicism reminds us of the importance of making decisions based on our values and principles. In the modern world, we are constantly faced with numerous choices and opportunities, and sometimes it can be difficult to determine what is truly important to us. In such situations, Stoics teach us to rely on our internal values and beliefs to make deliberate and conscious decisions. Making decisions based on values involves identifying our core values and principles that guide our actions and decisions. This allows us to make decisions that align with our personal morals and beliefs, even if they are not always the easiest or most convenient. To apply this principle in everyday life, it is important to analyze our values and principles that inspire and motivate us. This may include values such as honesty, compassion, justice, diligence, and many others. When we understand what is truly important to us, we can make decisions that reflect these values and lead us towards our goals and aspirations. For example, if one of your core values is healthcare, you will likely make decisions that contribute to your physical and emotional well-being, such as regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest. If your value is justice, you will strive to act fairly and honestly in all areas of your life, even if it sometimes means making difficult decisions. Making decisions based on values helps us live in accordance with our personal morals and beliefs, ultimately bringing us satisfaction and happiness. This principle enables us to make decisions with clarity and confidence, knowing that they align with our internal values and principles. Tips 6. Practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude and appreciation is not just a spiritual exercise, it's a way of life that helps us find joy and satisfaction in the most ordinary moments. When we learn to see and appreciate the goodness around us, we begin to view the world in a more positive light and create positive energy around us. Genuine gratitude begins with realizing that none of us achieve success or happiness alone. We are all dependent on the help, support, and kindness of others in our lives. Even in moments when things may not be going as we'd like, there is always something for which we can be grateful. Practicing gratitude and appreciation helps us focus on the positive aspects of our lives and redirect our attention from negativity to well-being. It doesn't mean ignoring the problems or challenges we face, but rather finding the strength and wisdom to seek out bright spots, even in the darkest times. To begin practicing gratitude, we can start with simple steps. Every day when we wake up, we can ask ourselves, what am I grateful for today? It could be something small like the morning sunlight or a cup of hot coffee, or something more significant like family support or a friendly smile from a colleague. We can also keep gratitude journals, jotting down 3 or 5 things we're grateful for each day. This helps us cultivate a positive outlook and focus on acts of kindness and good moments in our lives. Additionally, we can express gratitude to others. A simple thank you or even writing a thank you note can mean a lot to those who receive our appreciation. It also helps us strengthen our relationships with others and create an atmosphere of understanding and support. Stoics taught us that gratitude is not just a gesture of kindness towards others, but also a way to enrich our own lives. When we acknowledge the goodness in our lives and express gratitude for it, we generate positive energy that brings us happiness and satisfaction. Tips 7. Developing inner strength and confidence. Developing inner strength and confidence is an important aspect of our personal growth and self-improvement. Stoics teach us that our inner strength and confidence come from our ability to overcome difficulties and endure trials, rather than from external circumstances or recognition from others. Inner strength is not just about the ability to overcome physical or external challenges, it's also about overcoming internal obstacles such as fear, doubt, and insecurity. As we develop our inner strength, we become more confident in our abilities and face life's challenges with an open mind and determination. One way to develop inner strength and confidence is by recognizing our own strengths and achievements. We can look at our lives and acknowledge all the difficulties we have successfully overcome and all the accomplishments we have achieved. This helps us see our own ability to overcome challenges and gives us confidence in our abilities. Another important aspect of developing inner strength is taking risks and stepping out of our comfort zone. When we embrace new challenges and opportunities, we expand our boundaries and learn new skills, which makes us stronger and more confident. Another way to develop inner strength and confidence is by practicing self-respect and self-recognition. We must learn to love and value ourselves, regardless of what is happening in our lives. When we recognize our own worth and respect ourselves, we become more confident in our abilities and more resilient to criticism and rejection. It's also important to develop our inner strength through the practice of meditation and mindfulness. When we take time for rest and self-reflection, we can connect with our inner strength and wisdom, which helps us navigate life's challenges with wisdom and determination. Developing inner strength and confidence is an important aspect of our personal growth and self-improvement. Stoics teach us that our inner strength and confidence come from our ability to overcome difficulties and endure trials, rather than from external circumstances or recognition from others. By cultivating this inner strength and confidence, we become more resilient and determined in achieving our goals, which helps us succeed in life and become the best version of ourselves. Control over your mind is not only the key to success in life, but also the path to inner harmony and satisfaction. With the wisdom of the Stoics, we can learn to accept situations as they are, control our emotions, and make thoughtful decisions based on our values and principles. Practice these principles every day, and you will find that your mind becomes your faithful ally in achieving your goals and aspirations. Good luck on your journey to self-improvement.